Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for coming through. You said you was coming by, and I appreciate it. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about mathematics. Today's mathematics, what that entails. What does it mean, mathematics? What does it mean when I say today's mathematics? It's not math that you've learned in school. One plus one equals two. Two plus two equals four. Although it does have some correlation there, but today's mathematics is basically about manifesting absolute truth and harmony with the universe. When you manifest absolute truth and harmony in the universe, you're in parallel with the universe. You're intertwined with the universe. You know what's happening. You know you're creating, constantly creating. You have to understand what that math means. To manifest, to bring about. Absolute means there's no fears, no doubt, no questions. It's an absolute trust that you have, and you're in harmony with the universe. You're vibing with the universe. We all have certain levels of vibrations that we resonate at. Peaks and valleys, wavelengths and frequencies, if you may. Um, this is the discussion for today, and it goes through our. It's in our system. We're made up of energy. Um, Energy. Can't be created or destroyed. It's only transferred. So keep that in mind as we go on with this topic of understanding today's mathematics. And where you are positioned in the universe is a mathematical equation. I'm talking about you physically, you mentally, and you spiritually. Where you're positioned right now in this universe, in this world, is a mathematical equation. Longitudinal, latitudinals, east, north, west, south. It's all mathematics. And so, and when we talk about mathematics, we talk about equations, whether it be a sum, whether it be a quotient, whether it be a dividend, divisor. How do you fit in those in life's equation? Can you compromise your own equation? Is something that you will have to do, and we all do it. Whether it's conscious or subconsciously, we all are a part of an equation. Whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, we all part of an equation. Whoever's in your circle is part of your equation. Your sphere of influence, so to speak, is part of your equation. Your job is part of your equation. Your family is part of your equation. The people you hang out with is part of your equation. The church you go to is part of your equation. Your parents are part of your equation. Your children are part of your equation. So all these things must take place in order for you to create and understand today's mathematics. Just as sure as 1 plus 1 equals 2. And you know that 1 plus 1 equals 2. Well, how do you know that? Because you have one, and you have one, and it's an absolute truth. So when you're dealing with math, you have to understand absolute truths in the universe, universal law, the divine oneness. Divine oneness. We all intertwined with everything. The energy is there. Every component in this world is said to be intertwined with each other via energy. Energy can be displaced. It can be transformed. It can take different shapes, sizes, forms, but it's still there, and we have to understand that energy. See, we have to understand first that things. Let's think of things being backwards. So we have a human being is let's say the flesh, the mind, and the soul. Every basic human being has flesh, mind, and soul. We think that our flesh is what it's all about. See, these are things in us that we cannot touch, is what it's all about. The things in us that we don't see is what it's all about. Others don't see, like our minds and our soul, our spirits. See, when you get up in your morning, it's not your body that gets you up. It's your soul that triggers your mind, then triggers the body. I'm talking mathematics here, man. You know, I'm talking about pure understanding. I'm talking about trust and harmony in the universe, creating, being able to give back. There's certain laws. There's universal laws. There's universal laws that we must abide by, and I would like to touch upon a few of them. There's a lot of them. Law of reciprocity, the law of cause and effect, the law of divine oneness. The number one is a the number one is really, really, really a particular number. You divide it, you can multiply it, you can add it. So when you speak about numerical math, you're speaking about physically, how can I improve someone's life? So if you take one and someone's life is at this point and you add one to it, you're adding to their value. You're adding to them. You're adding to your value. See, the whole purpose of you to be here, what's your function? Your function is to add to the universe, man. Your function is not to strip away the universe. So many times we hear just taking away, we take, and we don't replenish. We don't give back. That's subtraction. Are you in someone's life to subtract? Or were you placed here to subtract from the universe? Were you placed here to take away? Or were you placed here to fulfill, to give more? What were you placed here to do? If you're constantly taking away, and taking away from someone's spirit, someone's soul, from someone's refrigerator, and you're not replenishing, soon you'll have zero. Soon you'll have none. Then where do you go from there? See, what's your real function in life? We can go into purpose and we can go into reason. Many people have different purposes and different reasons. Right now, I'm talking about mathematical function. Is it to give? When you come across your equation, when you come across your sphere of influence, when you come across the people you hang out with, do you choose to give to them or do you choose to take away from them? Think about that. Think about what your function is to yourself. Think about what your function is to others. Think about what your purpose is. Let's talk about the law of attraction. The law of attraction. You attract certain people in your life. What you put out into this universe is what you're going to get back. The energy you put out to someone else is the energy they're going to give you. It's like the pendulum effect. You know what a pendulum is. The strength you give to someone is the strength that's going to come back to you. The desires that you put out into the universe, the desires that will come back to you. You can't think unhealthy and wish to be healthy. You can't think poverty and wish to be wealthy. You can't wish sickness and wish to be well. It doesn't make sense because you're thinking that. You're putting that out into the universe. You're transferring that to the world. And the world is going to give you that back. Oh, I'm hungry. I have no food to eat. Well, you're going to remain hungry because the universe knows that you're hungry. All you have to do is ask the universe something one time. Remember that. You don't have to continuously ask because when you continuously ask the universe for things over and over again, it simply means that you don't trust in the universe. You don't have any trust and harmony in the universe. Going back again to the math. What's today's math? What's the mathematics of today? To manifest absolute trust and harmony. If you absolutely believe that what you ask for is going to come no matter what, and you have trust in that, and you have aligned yourself in harmony with the creation of this world, then you no need to ask again. It's going to come to you. You understand that? That's very important. So many times we put our makeup on, we put our clothes on, and we work out, stuff like that. But how many of us really build up on our spirit, build up our soul? You see, the head wags the tail doesn't wag the head. That's an old man joke for you. You gotta laugh at that one. The head wags the tail doesn't wag the head. So as the spirit is what not controls, but the spirit kind of ignites the mind in creation. And the mind then ignites the body, allows the body to do it. See, the body's the shell that allows you to do what you really want to do in life. Because we'll all be walking around as spirits. Like, take a look at what's happening today. There are different generations. They call my generation baby boomers, let's just say. And then a generation after that was Generation X. Oh, X, that's a mathematical equation. X. And then the generation after that is Generation Z. That's another type of an integer in algebra. It's algebraic integer. So you have XZ now generations. You're becoming part of an algorithm. Everything right now is a mathematical algorithm. Where do you fit in it? This whole thing with social media, this whole thing with computers, this whole thing with TV stations, they're all mathematical algorithms used to control us. You have to step back and do the math, man. Step back and do the math, man. You got to stay away from these things that's mind manipulations, and you got to step back and do the math. Mathematical algorithms is what's going on right now, and it's what's happening to our universe at the moment. And we're in it. We're in it. You got to get out of the matrix. You got to get out of it. You got to begin manifesting your own mathematical equation. You got to begin to separate yourselves from those who don't belong in your mathematical equation. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that equation. The equation that comes into your sphere as a negative integer, as a zero. See, you're the average, you're the median of the people you hang out with. That's a fact. You know how they say, oh, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are, so on and so forth like that. That could be true. Tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you who you are. You know, you may have certain friends and you don't have the same belief as they do, or you don't act like they do, but I can guarantee you, mathematically speaking, you are the median of your surrounding group. Do the math. Do it yourself. One day, just look at your surrounding group and say, hey, where do I fall? Am I at the top of the group? Am I at the bottom of the group? Am I in the middle of the group? Where do I fall in between that, in between that group of people that I hang out with? And you'll start to realize it. And I'm not trying to say to dismiss your friends. I'm not trying to say to don't talk to them anymore, stay away from them. You know, they're bad people. No, man, these are good people that they are friends. They're good people. My friends, they're good people. I'm just making a parallel to say to you, step back and do the math. Do the math with everything. It all adds up. It all adds up. Law of harmony. What does that mean? To be in peace, to be in quiet, to be in congruency. to be able to flow like water, to be in harmony with the universe. Oh, why does this have to happen to me? I have so much bad luck. God always does this to me. Come on, man. Seriously? It's not bad luck. God doesn't always do this to you. You're just not doing the proper math. You have certain things in your equation that shouldn't be there. There's certain things in your equation that you should add, and you're not adding. Well, how do I find out what it is? Oh, you want me to tell you how to find out what it is? All right, I can give you some suggestions. First thing you have to do is understand what absolute truth and harmony is. Absolute truth and harmony is the ability to align yourself with the universe and allow all things good to enter. Allow all things good to enter. Recognize authentic wisdom. Keep it raw. Not bad. Not raw being, oh, he's raw, he's nasty, he does, he's crude. No, not that raw. You recognize authentic wisdom. Hey, go outside and talk to the tree. The tree may give you some energy that you never knew was there. If you heard my last talk, I spoke about being in a quiet place. That's another thing that you can always do to manifest trust and harmony. Absolute. Separate yourself for a little while in a quiet place, and you should do that every morning. Every morning, the first thing you should really do is to give thanks just for getting up. What do you do to cleanse your spirit? What do you do to cleanse your mind? What are you internalizing? What's going into your mindset right now? See, because mindset creates subconsciously. We don't know that. You don't know you're creating subconsciously, but you are. So your mindset creates subconsciously. A happy person is going to be happy no matter what. An angry person is going to be angry no matter what. There's some people that are just angry to be happy. If they're not angry, they're not happy. So an angry person is going to be angry. You know what I mean? Other than that, there's really nothing else. There's really nothing else. Aligning yourself with the universe is all it is. See who's in your equation. Being able to add to other people's equation for the good. Because it brings joy when you do good. When you add to someone, when you help someone, when you show them the way, that ultimately it'll bring joy to you. Trust me, that's a fact. Anybody will tell you that. Try it, and you'll see how happy you feel at the end of the day. Yeah, being in a quiet place. I said that. And having no fears, no doubts, and no questions. Having no fears, no doubts, and no questions. Fear is only false education appearing real anyway. You've been educated falsely. And so you've created this quote-unquote world that you possibly don't like. You can actually uncreate that world that you don't like. You can create another world for yourself. That sounds like what? Impossible? It sounds unreal? It sounds fake, fraudulent, phony? No, you can create another world for yourself. You can change your position in this universe if you really wanted to. Just do the math. Do the math on it, and you'll be able to create it. Write it down. Write down your plans. Hey, listen, once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Hey, if you have any questions, hit me up. We could chop it up always again. Next topic's going to be about friends, family. It's all intertwining. This is about life, man. This whole thing that I'm sharing with you right now is basically about life. If you like it, let me know you like it. If you don't like it, tell me you don't like it. If I need to hear some feedback from you guys, because that's how I manifest my absolute truth and harmony. Is to help other people. Is to you know spread what I feel people may need, especially in this time and day and age, man. It's the separation of 6 feet separation, these masks that we got to wear. This may be the way the world's going. We don't know. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going on in the Matrix. Is this the way the world's going to be from here on in? I mean, let me give you an example. The other day I was in a grocery store. Right now in the grocery stores, they have lines and stuff like that on the ground and, arrows, you go this way, you go that way. I'm going to go this way, you're going to go that way. We can't go down the same in opposite directions and so on and so forth. So people are taking that very, very, very seriously. You have people that are not able to do the math themselves and saying to themselves, hey, wait a minute, what's going on right now? And I'm not trying to say, be disruptive, although I am still a disruptive kind of guy, in a good way. In a good way. I like to show the facts and truth in certain things. If it doesn't make sense to me, or if my mind doesn't see where this is going, then I would have to kind of like understand it and want to disrupt it a little bit. So the guy, I was in a supermarket and the guy he flipped out. He was going nuts because there was a woman coming up the other side of the supermarket, but she was going in the wrong direction of the arrow on the ground. She was going in the wrong direction of the arrow on the ground. So he was like, what the F? He was cursing at her. He cursed at the woman in the supermarket. I looked, what the hell? I looked around, I said, what's going on? Oh, she's going on the wrong thing. And the lady, she kind of like, she was getting into an argument. So, and then she passes by. I said, hey, listen, man, let me tell you something. This right here, man, this is not the proper way to go about doing things. I said, let's think about it logically. 6 months ago, we were all sharing the same aisle, man. There was 4 or 5 different people going down the same aisle in all different directions. No one said nothing. She had a mask on her face. You had a mask on your face. Because she didn't follow the aisle on the ground, you cursed her out. You was highly upset. You can give yourself a heart attack, man. There's greater things to be upset about than a lady walking down the aisle and the arrow's pointing south and she's going north. Come on. The guy finally, well, that's why they have rules. Listen, I understand, but the punishment didn't match up to the crime. It didn't make sense for you to go that way. That's all. He was like, nah, I understand, man, but well then why do they have these? But that's a negative energy. That's what you call negative energy. So I said, all right, fine, I let him go. When he goes home, he'll realize that what he did was, his day's gonna go bad because of that. Because of an arrow on the ground. And that's what happens all the time too. You may see something on Facebook that you don't like, throws off your energy. You may see something on Twitter that you don't like, throws off your energy. You may see something about Trump. You may see something about Biden. You may see something like this. These are all algorithms that are targeting you, bro. All these algorithms are targeting you. They're there to mess up your rhythm, your harmony. So what you have to do, you got to step back, recalculate what goes in. You see, once you recalculate what goes in, then you can start manifesting absolute trust and harmony with everybody. Remember, man, the divine oneness, that is the greatest law of the universe. That's the universal law. I love that law, the divine oneness, because that law indicates that we all connected somehow, some way within this universe. Trees, mountains, people, dogs, cats, we all connected somehow, some way in the universe. And if we can know that, and if we can understand that on a spiritual level and be mindful of it, if you listen to my last one, you would have seen the difference between, paying attention and being mindful. and be mindful of it, the world, we can change anything. We can create anything as humans, man. We are the creators. We can do it. But we have to be able to trust, be peaceful, be in harmony. You know, uh, guys, I can go on with you, and I know there's a lot of things that we can talk about. I appreciate you guys coming, and I appreciate you guys once again. And listen, I apologize. I was late. I was late. I know I had you waiting. But next time, I promise you that I will be here. So again, if you like it, let me know, and I will talk to you soon, man. Be good.